Hello lovely students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Ghalib's English School. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Trinity College GESE Grade 3 A2 exam. What is this exam and who is it for? I'm going to make it simple for you to understand the whole procedure and pass it in the first attempt. So before I start, I would like you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon down below for all the updates. Let's straight jump into that. So here we go guys. This is the Trinity College London GESE A2 Grade 3 Test of English. So what is the Trinity College London GESE A2 Grade 3 Test of English and who is it for? I've broken it down into small parts just to make it simple for you to get better understanding that who is required to do this test and what are the expectations from students in the exam and how they can pass it in the first attempt. So let's have a look. If we talk about its pattern, it is a 5 to 7 minute speaking and listening test. You can take it at an approved Trinity CELT center. So in today's session, I'm going to be going through some question answers so that you can pass it easily. So keep your paper and pen ready, make some notes as you watch the video. So who is this test for? This test is used to evidence your English language proficiency level when you apply for family partner, spouse or family parent visa extension. For example, you come from another country, after 2.5 years, you have to apply for a visa extension. This test is required for that application. So we're going to move on to next slide now and see what we can find out from there. These are the most important questions you should answer in full sentence. Remember, one word answer is not acceptable. You're not going to get good grades. So it's better you try to construct simple sentences by answering full sentence. Examiner would start your test with an introduction and greetings. For example, hello, hi, good morning. So if you look at the screen, examiner would start in this way. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever the time your test is scheduled. My name is Ghalib. I'm your assessor or I'm your examiner. What is your name? You are supposed to tell your full name. But how are you going to say that? My name is ... Whatever is your full name, just mention your first name, surname. The next question you can expect is, when is your birthday? My birthday is on 24th November. My birthday is on 15th July. When they ask you about birthday, just mention the day and month. But when they ask you about your date of birth, what is your date of birth? You need to answer with day, month and year. You can say my date of birth is 01/01/1995 or my date of birth is 15 April 1995, something like that. Then in the next question, examiner may ask you what date is today. So you better know that whichever day you book your test, you should remember the date and you should say that today's date is, or today is 2nd of January 2026, for example. So these are just basic questions examiners can ask you when they start your test. You should be ready for these questions. Then they may ask you about Christmas Day, for example. When is the Christmas Day? Answer should be, it is on 25th of December. If you look at the screen now, you can see that I have given you some pictures for your better understanding. There is a Christmas tree, decorated Christmas tree, and there are some fireworks for New Year because we have festive season and at that time you are enjoying your holidays. So questions can be about this kind of festive season. Examiner may ask you, when is the Boxing Day? You can answer it. It is on 26th of December. Or they may ask you, when is the New Year's Eve? Eve is the short word for evening. You can say the New Year Eve is on 31st of December. Then examiner may ask you, what day is today? They just want to get the understanding that whether you understand today, tomorrow, or yesterday, whether you understand the difference between them. So if you've been in the UK for the last 2 years, I am sure that you can easily differentiate between today, tomorrow, and yesterday. So you can say today is Wednesday, yesterday was Tuesday, and tomorrow is Thursday. So these are the questions just for your basic understanding. Remember, this is sample material for practice only. You can expect anything from the examiner. Now we're going to move on to next part. So today we're going to be looking at part number 2. And in this part, examiner would show you some pictures and ask you some questions about them. So let's have a look. If you look at the screen now, I've given you some pictures. Now, what examiners expect from you that when you look at the picture, you should be able to construct a simple sentence about that picture. So if you look at the first picture, there is a boy holding a book. So if examiner asks you, what can you see in this first picture from the left? So you can say, he is reading a book. If you look at the second picture, there is someone doing something. So what can you expect? I'm going to show you in a minute. So how are you going to answer this question? If examiner asks you, what can you see in picture number 2? You can say, she is cooking. In picture number 3, have a look. So in picture number 3, she is playing basketball. Yes? And picture number 4 is all about dancing. So few ladies or girls, they are dancing. So you need to have a look at the picture, take your time and answer the question. But make sure answer the question, or at least try to answer the question in a sentence. Do not use one word. For example, if you look at the first picture and you say boy, we don't know. Boy, what does it mean? Boy is doing something or not? Or second picture, you look at it and you say cooking. That's not correct. If you want to pass the test in first attempt, make sure try to answer in sentences. One word answer is not acceptable. Yeah? Now we move on to next slide and see what we can find out from there. If you look at the screen now, in this part, examiner would say that now I'm going to show you some pictures. Tell me what can you see. So if I ask you what can you see in the first picture or second picture or third picture or fourth picture. So if we start from the left, you tell me what can you see in these pictures. So if you look at the screen now, I have written down small short sentences underneath each one of these pictures. So if you look at the first one, they are playing football. In the second picture, she is playing a guitar. In third picture, she is painting something. And in the fourth picture, she is running. So this is how examiner would show you some pictures and you're going to be answering about those pictures. But guys, remember, this is very important to use sentences. Do not use one word answer, please. I keep highlighting that because most of the students, they fail because of this mistake. So remember, when you are going to do your test, use small sentences, short sentences, simple sentences, but answer questions in sentences. Now we're going to move on to the last bit, that how they give you the result. How are you going to get good grades or bad grades? So what are the expectations? If you look at the screen now, here is the exam criteria. How are you assessed? In simple words, how you get your pass or fail result. You are assessed, or your performance is assessed on 4 levels. A, which is distinction. This shows excellent performance. B, merit. This shows good performance. C is pass. This shows satisfactory performance. and D, that is unfortunately fail. This means, or this shows, unsatisfactory performance, means examiner is not satisfied with your question answers. You are unable to identify certain things. So guys, remember, to pass this test, you should be able to communicate with the examiner at a basic level. For example, you should be able to exchange greetings, you should be able to show some understanding of simple instructions and give short answers to simple questions. So today we looked at part number 2, where examiner would show you some pictures and you will identify the pictures and then you will answer in simple sentences. So the reason for this part is that whether you are able to identify certain activities or not. Why I have broken it down into small parts is for your better understanding. So this test has few parts. In each part, examiner shows you something different, asks you about something different. For example, your daily routines, about different pictures, different professions, weather, or directions on a map. So that's why I have broken it down into small parts for your good understanding. Thank you very much and good luck. So guys, this was all about Trinity College GSC Grade 3 A2 exam. If you have any question, please drop them in the comment section below and I would get back to you. Look after yourself and this channel. Thanks for watching.